Morning, everybody. Are you ready to talk digital DRS? Yeah? Are you? Come on, a little bit of energy. So my name is Fernandez. I'm the Senior Packaging and Sustainability Manager at Ocado Retail. And with me today...
My name's Alice. I'm the CEO of Polytag. And it's a pleasure to be here in front of you all today.
Fabulous. So let's crack on. So the session for this morning, what we are planning to do with you is, first of all, Alice and I will take you very briefly through our respective companies. We will do a recap on DRS and digital DRS, which is at the end, the topic of this session. Alice will take us through the wonderful world of Polytag, what it can do for digital DRS and as well for all of you. I'll give you an update on the trial that we are currently doing, and we will finish with what our future plans are. Does it sound okay? Yeah? Brilliant. So, Ocado is the world's largest dedicated online supermarket. And we continually delight our nearly 1 million customers with a huge choice of more than 50,000 products that ranges from Ocado brand to M&S to any other brands, bigger and smaller. We have great accuracy and on-time delivery thanks to our advanced technology. Alice.
Thanks, Laura. Just a few points to introduce Polytag. Polytag allows brands to create a web page for each barcode, and customers can access information about each product through a QR code that they can build using Polytag's solution. Polytag also offers brands the opportunity to serialize these QR codes. That is to say, within the QR code, brands can add a unique every time character string. That means that when a customer scans those QR codes, they can go to the web page for the barcode and read all about that product. But if an app scans the same QR code, the app can find the serialized character string in order to issue rewards and loyalty points, and in the context of today's discussion, can issue deposits with a very low risk of fraud. Those unique serialized QR codes can be applied on a standard plate printed label using printing hardware that is retrofitted to the existing label manufacturing processes. And those serialized QR codes can deliver really exciting insights for brands about packaging life cycles. And because they meet GS1 standards, can be used by all stakeholders within the supply chain. The web page for each barcode can be updated as many times as the brand likes, and it's fully customizable to include links out to other websites. So we're really excited about the opportunity that both the QR codes and our UV tags, which I'll talk about in a moment, can offer to brands. We think there's an enormous amount of value that can be gained from knowing where packaging is disposed of and where it's recycled. Thanks.
Right, so before we carry on, do you know what we mean by digital DRS? Yes? Fabulous. But just to make sure that we are all fully aligned, a digital DRS is a type of DRS that enables customers to scan a QR code to redeem their deposits and place the empty container at the curbside collection without the need to take it to a reverse vending machine. What I want to emphasize here is that digitalization will help us develop a hybrid system, a system where reverse vending machine will coexist with a digital DRS. Digital DRS can bring many benefits: anti-theft, anti-fraud, amongst many others. So what did the government say about DRS? Well, on the 20th of January, the government finally published the outcome of the second consultation on DRS. And in it, it sets the next steps for the delivery of the system. a system that, if it is successfully implemented, can bring recycling rates up to 90% or more. Two headlines for us from this document. The first one is that deposit redemption is firmly on reverse vending machines for consumers. And the second one, page 7 of this document, it says that it's an industry-led scheme. What that means is that the government is relying on the expertise and the invested interest of the industry to make sure it is a successful system, which I assume it's great news for us, you think? So what does it say about digital DRS? Page 25 of the document. It says that consumers are quite happy to support some sort of digital DRS because it's easy, it's convenient, and it gives them an alternative to reverse vending machines. It gives them choice. From a business perspective, they are keen to explore a digital DRS because it's a way to connect directly with customers. It's a way for them to track materials cradle to grave, and of course, it can bring cost benefits. This is in a nutshell what digital DRS is. Page 26 of this document. I'm going to let you read this paragraph. We have got 2.5 years to deliver a DRS system in England, Wales and Northern Ireland. The government has not shut the door on digital DRS. On the contrary, it's left it wide open. Do you agree? So why a digital DRS? Why is it important? Page 26 of the document. The government clearly acknowledges the possible benefits of a digital DRS. In fact, in 2021, the industry working group on digital DRS, of which Polytag and Ocado were part of, commissioned Resource Futures to do a research on the feasibility of digital DRS and the possible benefits. This Resource Futures report identified that a digital DRS could bring cost savings of £3.4 billion, as well as carbon benefits. I repeat, £3.4 billion. Wowzy. Let me just ask you, you need to do some banking. What would you do? Hands up, who would go this way? Anyone? Or who would go this way? Brilliant. I rest my case. Come on. Let's bring recycling onto the 21st century with digitalization. Let me take you back to page 26, but let's just focus on the last few sentences of this paragraph. The government says it's up to the industry to explore and potentially deliver a digital DRS. The industry, that's all of us. Come on, the door is wide open. Are you coming with us? Let's not stick to the status quo today. And yes, we fully acknowledge that with any new concept, there's still a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknowns, big gaps to fill. But let's just start busting those myths. Alice.
Thanks, Laura. So, I'm just going to give you a little glimpse of the future of barcoding. I'm not sure who was expecting to get this insight today, but here we go. On the left-hand side there, that's a stripy barcode. Most consumer packaged goods have a stripy barcode on them today, and they're used for price lookup at the checkout and various supply chain processes. But by 2027, most barcodes are going to look like this in the middle column. This is a digital link QR code issued by GS1, and yes, it contains the barcode number that you're familiar with, but it's put the barcode number in a web page address, in a URL. And that means that from 2027, when most barcodes look like that, consumers will be able to access information on a web page unique for each barcode. It's really going to change things. And Polytag offers this service to brands already. You can generate those QR codes today using our platform. But we also specialise in this last barcode here. This is a serialised QR code. And as I mentioned in the introduction, not only does a serialised QR code take a consumer to a web page for the barcode, but it can also be scanned by any app, and the app can find the barcode number and the serialised character string. And it's that serialised character string that allows apps to issue rewards, loyalty points, and in the context of today's discussion, to issue deposits with a very low risk of fraud, because each instance of packaging has a unique serial number on it, and it can only therefore be redeemed once in the deposit scheme. So 2D codes are the future. We are moving towards QR codes as barcodes now, and these will really allow apps to issue deposits more securely. The other thing we know is that all reverse vending machine specifications for the deposit return schemes in England, Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland must be capable of reading 2D codes within their specification. And so there's absolutely no reason why we can't consider at least a hybrid solution in 2025 that uses serialised barcodes on pack to issue deposits. Here are 3 reasons why all brands should be considering putting QR codes on their packs now. Polytag's QR codes are GS1 compliant. That means that any stakeholder within your supply chain can scan that QR code in order to find both the barcode number of the product and the serialised character string, and share insights and allow the circular economy that we're all aspiring to deliver to be achieved. The second reason all brands should have a QR code on their pack is because of the really rich insights that you can capture about who is consuming and disposing of your packaging and product, and whereabouts they are, and what volumes are actually being successfully recycled. It's data that's never been seen before at barcode level, and using the Polytag solution can be captured in real time. And then the third reason is because with the serialised QR codes that I was just talking about, deposits can be handled really securely with a low risk of theft and fraud, and you can also issue rewards and loyalty points that are very generous and can be personalised. The second tag format I just want to introduce you to today that Polytag specialises in is a UV tag. It's plate printed onto the labels using standard plate printing technology. It's just an extra layer of colour. It's completely invisible to the human eye, and using Polytag hardware that we've developed, as you can see here in the top photograph, these UV tags can be identified on plastics conveyor belts within recycling centres. And every time one of your barcodes is captured using our piece of hardware in the recycling centre, your dashboard is updated in real time, showing you whether your recyclable material is actually getting recycled or not. It's data you've never seen before in real time at barcode level. So I believe that sustainability is now a commercial imperative for brands today. Not only can being sustainable save you money, but it is also a revenue driver because consumers are demanding it. And in order to step change towards a more sustainable and circular packaging economy, we can't just change the odd logo and fiddle about with the material. We have to do something really quite significant. And Polytag is being developed to achieve exactly that, a significant step change in the way that packaging is handled, recycled and reused, thanks to both the serialised QR codes and those UV tags that I've just been talking about. The other thing just to mention is that this is not going to disrupt entire supply chains. Polytag technology is being developed to ensure that our hardware can be retrofitted and complement existing label manufacturing and existing recycling processes. It's just extra ink, and so we can keep things really low cost for brands as well. I'd like now to hand over to Laura, who's going to talk specifically about this world first that we delivered at the end of last year, and I'm happy to say is continuing today.
Thank you, Alice. So Polytag and Ocado joined forces last year to deliver this world first trial that could really change the way that we recycle things in the UK. But first of all, I want to say thank you to all of these companies, because without them, the trial would not have happened. Without their support, perseverance, it's just been amazing. Great team efforts and great example of collaboration. So the trial has got two main aims. The first one is that we wanted to demonstrate that serialized QR codes could be printed with accuracy, at speed, and within controlled costs. And second, that customers would engage with the technology. So how are we doing? Oh. Sorry, I get so excited to see this image that I just clicked over. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a world first moment. Serialized QR codes on plate printed labels. We have now printed nearly 3 million labels, and every time that we do a print run, we tweak, we improve the efficiency, and we are getting closer and closer to target speeds. From a cost perspective, at the moment, is the cost of an additional ink for the QR codes. That's really tiny, doable, don't you think? And these QR codes are super useful because once scanned, it will take customers to a landing page where they can have access to real-time information. We have got full control of the design and the content of this landing page, and we are using it to engage with customers on topics that are important to us. In fact, we have designed a landing page for every single week of the trial. And the Polytag technology also gives us analytics where we can track at any point how customers engage with the landing page. This is how we know that our customers spend an average of 29 seconds in the landing page, which is actually remarkable. It's a dream technology, honestly. What I forgot to mention about the landing page as well is the landing page allows us to put links, so we can link to other videos, websites, surveys. So what we did, we embedded a survey within the landing page because we wanted to know what customers wanted to see content-wise in that landing page. And we wanted to engage with them as well on DRS. We have now more than 300 respondents. And what they said to us is that 23% of them do not know what a DRS is. That's a lot, but it's not surprising, because my friends and family know about DRS because I keep on going on and on and on about it. When we explained what DRS was about, 58% of them said that very unlikely or uncertain whether they were going to go to a reverse vending machine to return their deposits. However, 80% of them said they would be very happy to scan a QR code to return the deposit. And I know what you are all thinking. I'm pretty sure that you are thinking, yeah, what customers say to what they do is completely different. But let's think about it. Consumer participation is absolutely critical for success DRS. And these QR codes can play a vital role, helping consumers adapt, sending them instantly, connecting them to a clean, easy process with a simple mobile scan. Alice.
Thanks, Laura. I'm just passing some of the Ocado labels round, so do grab hold of them if they come your way, and feel free to peel them off. Maybe they make a great souvenir of your day out. So the last bit of our presentation, we'd just like to talk through what's happening next. Firstly, I'm very excited to announce that we've got a partnership in place with Biffa, who are going to be installing our UV tag reading technology in their waste processing facilities. And the brands that are taking part in this pilot are going to be able to see real-time, barcode level detail about whether their packaging is actually getting recycled at all, and then where, when, and in what volumes it is being handled. We're really keen to get as many brands involved with this trial as possible, so if you are sitting in the audience interested in finding out how you can also get involved, please drop me a note, come see me afterwards. The second opportunity that I'm really delighted to share with you is in partnership with Bauer. They're a very well-established recycling app operating mainly over in the Nordics, but they've just arrived in the UK. And Bauer, as you can see from this video here, are offering any app users the opportunity to claim a 10p deposit if they scan the Ocado serialised QR codes. And because they know that their app users can't claim multiple 10p on the serialised deposit QR codes because they're unique every time, they are giving out cash. And so I think it's clear to us all in the audience that actually deposit return schemes using digital app-based technology has already started. And although we've got a 2.5-year runway to demonstrate what we can deliver as part of the government deposit return scheme, there are apps already issuing financial deposits off Polytag serialised QR codes. And that is really another reason to consider applying Polytag serialised QR codes to your packaging, because this is the start of the step change that I was talking about at the beginning of the presentation. As Laura said, we're always learning. I'm not saying we've got a fully baked, ready to go solution. We do have work to do because we would like to apply serialised QR codes onto new materials. We're also continually looking to improve our print fidelity and the speeds that we can apply the print to. We're also working with the Advanced Manufacturing Research Centre up in Chester to continue to improve our UV tagging capability. And of course, we know we need to integrate with the reverse vending machine network, and so that is also on the agenda for us in 2023. But to repeat Laura's theme, the door to digital deposit return scheme is open. It needs to be industry-led, and so I would invite you all to come and have a chat with Laura and I afterwards, and to join and collaborate with the industry to make sure that we can make the most of this opportunity and recycle more together. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Are we doing questions?
Anybody has got any questions?
Just from my understanding, can you maybe explain again the user journey of how you return this? Like, how does this digital returning work? So like, I guess I scan the QR code, but where do I put the product? Do I put it in a bin and scan another QR code, or do I put it in a box which is picked up? Like,
Yeah, it's a good question, thank you. Polytag delivered a pilot of a digital deposit return scheme in Conwy in North Wales in 2022. You can, shameless plug, you can download the report from the Polytag website. And during that pilot, we recruited 300 households. We gave them 6 bottles of uniquely serialised Prince's Gate water, and we asked them to download an app. And then we gave them a unique bin sticker. And they registered their app to the unique bin sticker at their address. And when they were ready to recycle the water bottles, they simply scanned the code on the water bottle and scanned their bin tag in order to match the bottle with the unique bin. And then on bin day, the bin crews scanned the unique bin stickers on their round. And that may well be the way that digital deposit return scheme is delivered, but we could also use RFID chips in bins as well if we didn't want the bin crews to be handling QR code scanning devices. And it was at the point that the bin was lifted and the chain of custody for the recycled material transitioned into the council's hands that the deposit was released in the app. And so that is how we would recommend that a digital deposit return scheme was managed at scale. We had 97% engagement rate in that trial as well. So that means that at least 1 bottle was scanned by every household that took part, 97%. That makes sense. And 90% of all households scanned 3 or more bottles as part of that trial.
Hi Alex.
Hello.
Thank you for your presentation. That was really great. But and I work for BIM, by the way, so I do have a vested interest in this.
You do?
But I challenged a major drinks brand about 18 months ago. Why wouldn't you do this to solve more problems than it hurts potentially?
Yeah.
They basically told me they wouldn't do it for canning lines because it slows them down.
Yeah, I know.
What can we do?
What can we do? No, thank you. Laura, is it okay if I take this one as well?
Oh, absolutely. Go straight.
So, Polytag has engaged with Ball and Ardar Group and various of the other canners. I'm speaking at the British Aerosol Manufacturers Association in April up in Leeds, if anybody would like to come up north with me, because we're going to try and test it on aerosols to begin with. They run a slightly slower line, and we think that that will give us our first opportunity to demonstrate applying serialised tags onto aluminium. And then, baby steps, somebody might say, yeah, you can come on our high-speed canning line. So that's the approach we're taking. But I totally agree with you. Aluminium is the next step. We know we can do it on paper with self-adhesive labels. We know we can do it on plastic labels. And I'm pleased to say that Typographic there, Peter Bramwell, is helping us deliver serialised codes on flexible wrap labels as well. So we'll have demonstrated the application on a number of different label types by March this year, and aluminium can is the next step. Yeah, so we're working on it. And if anybody is here from an aluminium can manufacturer that would like to let us put an API onto your canning line, I would be delighted to speak to you.
Thanks for the talk, really interesting. Just a quick thought, these wider partners like Asda and Aldi up here, so what would be in the future to stop me or someone else wandering around and just scanning every QR code on the shelf, and then when you buy it, take it home and scan it, gets, sorry, this one's already been used.
Yeah.
So what are the thoughts around stopping that fraudulent tendency?
That's a really good point. What we're seeing with apps is a really increasing capability around GPS and being able to geo-fence activity within a 3-meter radius. And the expectation ultimately is that once you've registered your unique bin in your house with an app, the geo positioning of that bin will be captured, and if you try and activate deposit redemption more than 3 meters away from that bin, it won't let you. So that is one way of preventing fraudulent activity. Another way of preventing fraudulent activity is to delay the gratification. So yeah, by all means run down the supermarket aisle and try and get yourself 8 bob's worth of deposits, but you're not getting them till your bin man turns up on Thursday, and maybe then there's not such an incentive. And then the third opportunity to prevent fraudulent activity is obviously the interface between the recycling app and your mobile wallet. Mobile banking is now really sophisticated in terms of spotting weird patterns and bad actors who may be trying to make fraudulent claims when in fact they don't owe them. And so I think maybe you get away with £8 worth of deposits fraudulently once, and then your wallet would be blocked and you would never be able to do it again. And so, yeah, for all sorts of reasons, but those are the top 3, I think that we're getting very close to a situation where digital deposit return scheme can be managed very securely without any kind of bad actors disrupting the process.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks a lot.